What's up, everybody? What's up? So, I decided to do this one today. It's just something that came to my mind. Like, what I would do to make a Rippaverse RPG. I mean, I'm talking tabletop RPG, not a video game. But the same principle can be applied, like with Knights of the Old Republic, for example. It was based off of Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of people don't even know that. Like one of their favorite games is based on the system from Dungeons and Dragons that they created for Star Wars. So, give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna post this and. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. Alright. We're good now. Okay. So there's a bunch of different D&D systems that you could use to do it. I wouldn't recommend 5th edition 100%. Like, it's okay for what it is, but it doesn't exactly work for it doesn't work for anything else, really, as far as that goes. You can use it to build certain games out of, and it can be fun. But I wouldn't recommend using 5th edition to do it with. There are a ton of superhero games, Mutants and Masterminds, Capers, a few others that I can't think of right now. There's a Marble game, but I haven't tried it, so I don't know about it. But there's a game called The Strange. I've used it to build superhero games before as a basis for it, and it's really good. It's the simplest game I've ever played as far as that goes. And with superhero games, you want it to be simple. Like, you want the mechanics to be as simple as possible, because the more advanced the mechanics are, the more difficult it is to play like a superhero, right? So you need the mechanics to be simple. That way you can describe what you want to do a lot easier. The Strange does that. It uses 3 stats and just some numbers, but the numbers don't determine how strong you are. They're actually hit points. Is what they are. You burn these points to use to basically succeed in things a lot easier. That's one way I would go with it, would be The Strange. Another way would be using a loose version of L5R, which uses D10s, and you just count the D10s, is how it goes. But L5R is a samurai game, mainly, so you'd have to do a lot of changes to the mechanics themselves to make it work. And then there's World of Darkness, which is a great game to use as a basis for anything. Not New WoD, but Old WoD, the 20th Anniversary Edition. That's the better one to use, as far as it goes. So, that being said, it's just like there's a handful that I would use to build a game. Capers is I wouldn't use it to build a Rippaverse game, because it doesn't use dice, it uses cards. So they kind of fit the 1940s, 1930s motif. What's up, hell? They kind of use the 1940s, 1920s motif with gambling and mafia stuff. So Capers works extremely well for what it is, for a mafia game or a Western game. It won't work for a for every superhero game. Like I said, the best one I've found just to just up and use is called The Strange. It's by Monty Cook Games. It's the simplest to use, and that simple with a superhero game is better. You don't want a whole lot of mechanics with it. The simpler the system is, the simpler the dice rolls are, the faster combat is, which matters, and that matters a lot in a superhero game, because you don't want. There's an old thing that says like a 3-hour walk in D&D takes 10 minutes. A 3-minute combat session in D&D takes 3 hours, right? So you've got to keep that in mind when you're building. The reason I say don't use 5th edition to build a superhero system is because it's all about the action economy. It doesn't matter what the levels in 5th edition don't really matter as much as the action economy, which the higher your levels, the more actions you get, stuff like that. But that's not what I'm talking about. So normally 9 out of 10 times in a combat situation, it's the side with the more people. So your enemies, if you've got 20 or 30 enemies and you're a group of 5, then depending on what those enemies are and how many actions they get per turn, then you're going to be sitting there for a while not doing shit while your enemies are just decimating you. And then you're going to be just, you get your turn, which is blah blah blah, do this, you burn up all your actions for the turn, and then it's somebody else's turn, right? It's fun if you are in the mindset of doing a fantasy game. D&D is. But if you're doing superheroes, you want that combat to go as smoothly and as quickly as possible. So that is the key factor in this. All right. So you want something with a streamlined combat system, something that's very easy to use, something where you get to make up powers and it does not affect the mechanics of the game. That's the Strange in a nutshell. That's the best way, the best system I've ever seen to use in a superhero game. So, yeah, there's that. Now, if I were going to build one from the ground up, instead of, what's up? Yeah. So if you were going to build one from the ground up, then I would suggest, first off, making sure the attacks are streamlined, right? You do not want to end up using like some rando ass system like 5e, and then like, okay, well, I get this one attack as a superhero, that's boring as shit. Okay, one attack, boring as shit. 2 attacks, boring as shit to be a superhero, right? You want to be able to pull off what Batman can do, what the Flash can do in a, or we'll go with Isom, what Isom can do, which we don't know yet, but assume he can throw a combo. So let's say you want to do a combo attack. Well, the 3 games I listed that I would use have that built into them. So with the Strange, the more attacks you make per round, the difficulty goes up, but you still only roll 1 dice. With the World of Darkness, the difficulty increases, and you just have to hit that target number a certain amount of times to do it. So that's fine. Also, you just want to succeed so many times. With L5R, it's a target number. So you just increase the target number difficulty however high you want to be able to pull off this full combo. And like, say you get most of it, but you don't get the last of it, like punch, kick, uppercut, right? And you don't get the uppercut, but you get everything else with those rolls just by hitting up to a certain target number. So I would probably use if I were building one from the ground up, I would not design powers for it. That's number one. I would not design any powers for it. I would let the game have the powers built into just the rolls themselves, right? So you could describe what power you're using. You don't have to pick between a list. If you got to pick out of a list of powers or spells or whatever, then you're slowing your game down, because your chances are you're not going to know your character sheet well enough to remember what those powers are. So you got to go in and check your character sheet. Okay, well, this one does so much damage, blah blah blah. You got to read it every single time you do it, right? It's much easier just to say, okay, well, heat vision does 20 damage, 100%, right? If it hits, it does that much damage. If you got psychic powers, they do, whatever, so on. You just pick out the numbers of how much damage they do, go with static damage for every power based on this, and then give a way to increase that damage. Right? That's how I would do it if I were gonna build a Rippaverse RPG from the ground up. It would all be streamlined, and combat would be 5 or 10 minutes. You could do 3 or 4 combat sessions in a single night, as far as in a 2-hour session, if you wanted to. Do as many combat sessions as you want within a single night. I've done this with a marble game before. So I took The Strange as a base game, and then I increased it. I increased all the numbers just to make it look fancy, right? To make the characters look like they were superheroes, as opposed to, I put an extra 0 on the numbers. That's all I did. Like, legitimately. Like, you got like 40, 50, and 60 as your numbers that you can put in your stats. And I just added another 0. Or it was like 6, 4, and 5, something like that. And then I just add a 0 to it to make it look like it's 60, 40, and 50. They still go by the same exact stats, but it looks more impressive for Thor to be nearly 100 as opposed to being a 10 at level 1, right? And that's just all it is. So, going off of that, that's just how I would design this particular game. Like my own games, some of them have more advanced mechanics, some of them have weaker mechanics, like smaller mechanics that don't even matter really. It's all about what type of game you're playing. A superhero game is not a fantasy game. Fantasy war games, you kind of want to stretch that out to make it feel more epic as far as the combat goes. That's why the combat is laid out that way. It's so that it feels a little more epic. But a superhero punching some dude in the face, and he's a normal dude, like, that's not going to take 10 rounds for Superman to punch one dude and knock him out, right? And there are mechanics built into Dungeons & Dragons for that, but you have to go into other books to get them. So, if you want to pick up just a superhero game, then this is the way to do it, right? This is how you refocus it towards what the game actually is. Like, the game I'm going to be running tonight is a storyteller game. So it's not built around heavy combat mechanics. It's built around telling a story. But the combat mechanics are great for it. They work for it. With Lord of the Rings, if you were doing a Lord of the Rings game, would you rather play something that drags out, where you're having to fight orcs every single... Or would you rather it play like, say, Dungeons & Dragons, where one thing of combat is going to take you as long as a Lord of the Rings movie? Or would you rather have it more cinematic, like in the movies? Which would you rather have? Right? That's what you got to ask yourself when you're building a game. This one is built to be a war game, 100%. It's built to you're supposed to fight armies and bosses in Dungeon Delve. That's what Dungeons and Dragons is. At its core, it's a dungeon delver game. So the challenges are supposed to be difficult, and you're supposed to be a baby adventurer who gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And then World of Darkness, its system is very much a storytelling game. So you could start off the most powerful motherfucker in the world, but still get your ass kicked by somebody with better rolls, better skills than you've got in combat. You know, that's kind of how it works. It's a storyteller game first. So you can do cinematic stuff with it, you know, and paint a picture of what is happening during the battle, as opposed to Dungeons and Dragons. And I think that superhero games need to lend themselves more to the cinematic side of the RPG, not the war side. Because if you go with the war side with a superhero game, you're slowing your combat down too much. And that is the core thing that will make or break a superhero game, is the combat. Like, a lot of people don't realize, like you'll see builds for characters for 5th edition, but that's all those people play is 5th edition. They don't play anything else. They don't try to reach out and play another game. Which I don't mind 5th edition. It's all right for what it is. But I hate Wizards of the Coast. So, at the same time, I kind of have a, love-hate relationship with Dungeons and Dragons. It's the game itself, not the overarching hobby. Because everybody who plays D&D usually say, I'm going to play D&D no matter what game they're playing. Yeah, it should be fast-paced, 100%. And I found, like I said, I found 3 games that are extremely fast-paced games. Depending on which one you're playing, is depending on how deadly the game is. Like, if you want to say do a Batman-style game over a Superman-style game, then I would suggest using, and you can use the Strange for either one of them, but I would suggest using like L5R. Okay, so L5R is a far more lethal game than, because it has you could be level, like rank 5 and get killed by a rank 1 in that game. It just all depends on the rolls. Because of the way the damage stacks in that game, it can be just one-shot kill. It's a samurai game. So it's built to be very quick combat, fast-paced. You describe what you're doing, you use your techniques, and then if they survive that damage, they're probably not going to survive the next turn. That all depends on that. But I would use, that on more of a Batman street level style game, unless it's like a Luke Cage type character. Or I would use World of Darkness to slow it down just a little bit, and that is in case there's a Luke Cage type character. But either one of those 3 games will work. And then if I was going to design it, like I said, I would use one of those 3 as a basis. Yeah. So it's all depends on how you would want to do it. If you're in tonight, you'll hear me talk a lot about my game and how it works, stuff like that. So definitely show up, if you want to listen to that. Hell, because I'm going to be recording. I'm just not going to be doing, streaming it. Streaming this one. I might stream another one. I might do a Capers game or something like that later, where I stream it live. But I need to get my following up before I worry about any of that. So, yeah. Today's a little bit more of an educational video than normally me just ranting about shit until I also need a social media manager. Yep, I need a social media manager. uh, I gotta stay the fuck off social media a little while. It's making me fucking very jaded as hell towards people. So. Yeah, this is... I could show some of the games, I don't want to have to create a bunch of new games on Roll20 just yet, just to showcase like these character sheets and how they work. Everything. I may do a series on that later, but for now, it's just wanting to talk a little bit and see if you guys have any questions about creating like an RPG or something like that. Yeah, same here, man. I was there. I was there. But yeah, if you got any questions about like how one would make an RPG or something like that, or if y'all want to talk about something else, that's cool too. I was just, like I said, those would be the games I would use. I would look into those if you want to make a awesome style game or your own superhero game. Let's see. I got you. Yeah, like I said, man, you're welcome to join in ours. For sure, if you want to. Yeah, you're perfectly welcome to join in my game. All my subs are, if you want to. So, apparently my Streamlabs quit updating me for my subscribers. Apparently. Because the one I've got listed here is like 6 days ago, and I've had more subscribers since then. But it also doesn't update like what day this was on either. Every single video I've been doing is being put on my calendar under last Wednesday for some fucking reason. So if anybody out there knows how to use Streamlabs and knows how to fix it, yep, almost there, almost to 200. And then I got to get over the hill of 300 and 400, but that's a couple weeks away. As far as that goes. But yeah, I was going through YouTube yesterday and I saw one dude, and his whole thing is just making videos about what our side says, and I'm just like, nope, I'm not gonna engage. I am not going to do this. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good till the book comes out. I don't want to do anything that it hurts the brand right now. I'm going to be good, so I'm not going to be getting on the Twitter fights for a little while. I'm going to be good. I'm just going to sit back and chill and not do shit. I need to hire a social media manager. But yeah, definitely. Well, I'm gonna do another one of these videos once the book comes out for sure. Once I got some understanding of their power. What's up, Ronan? Oh no. Thursday nights, it's all guns blazing. I'm gonna be good on Twitter, and I'm gonna be good on here. So, and you know, at least until I'm monetized, I'm gonna try to be good. Except on Thursday nights. Thursday nights are fuck all. Thursday nights is all about the fuckery, and the fuckery will happen on Thursday nights. But I'm gonna be a good little, whatever. So yeah. So as far as everything goes, though, I'm just here. Good. Give in to your hatred. Yeah. But yeah. Like, as far as it, I mean, I'm done with the D&D topic for now. I'll do another one of these videos once the book comes out, for sure. Once I get an understanding for their powers, and races and stuff like that. And Yara might be an alien. Who the fuck knows? I'm still leaning towards Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which may be just a fucking character stat, right? Just increased strength when dealing with your ex. But in all seriousness, it's just go do you, man. I don't know how long I'll be on here today myself. Like I said, I just got an idea to do what I would do to make a Rippaverse RPG video today, and I would not use 5th edition. That's what I would not do. But other than that, I'm free to talk about whatever now. I don't have a topic. Don't have any news right now. Nothing's happening as far as I can tell, except for haters. Anybody know how close we are to 3.5? 3.5? About 350. Anybody know how close? Just open it up and check, I guess. Let's see how. If it will open. View campaign. .43. Okay. So. Yep. I mean, there's no news that I've seen so far. Some of y'all have seen something that I've missed. And I haven't seen anything other than just fucking haters. What's up, DCC? Let me. Can't get it to open up right now. Okay. But yeah, it's like I said, I may check with Eric once the book's out and everything, see it, or once there's a couple books out, and see if he wants like an RPG, a tabletop RPG made or something like that. I may check with him. Or make one and hand it to like Epic Mic or something and let them do it on their channel. Hey, sometimes that happens, man. I wrote half a novel one time, and I didn't like the way the story was going, and then the computer crapped out on me and I lost all of it. So I get it. But yeah, that may be what I do. I may make a free to use campaign, free to use game for Rippaverse once we get a few books out, and hand it to Epic Mic and let them run it on Geeks and Gamers. What do y'all think about that? Get some publicity both ways that way. Yeah, I think that might maybe what I do. Let them play it on Geeks and Gamers tabletop. Which that would be cool to watch, like somebody else playing or running my game. That would be really cool, I think. So. But yeah, I may work something out and see. I may start working on it now. Let them play test it for me if they want to. Because that's the problem with one thing with designing games is you play test it yourself and you're biased. So you let other people play test it and see what they think about it. Cool. And I would have rather somebody like them be doing it than, say, Matt Mercer and his bunch, or some randos, you know. So I may actually just start designing a cover or something for it, and seeing what people think of it in general. You never know how these things will work out, so I make design a real game after the fact, just if people have an interest in it, just from seeing the cover. I don't even have to write a campaign. I mean, I probably should just write a whole campaign story for it, but just design the game and let them have fun with it. See how they like it. Oh yeah, definitely would be. So I may do that. I may just, like I said, I may do just a free version, like not a full design of a brand new game, but using like what works from the Strange, and just build one real quick for them, and see how they like it. Right before I build a whole game, let them play test it. I think that'd be the best way to do it. I mean, I could like have my group play test it, but at the same time, that's not a whole lot of publicity, and I've got enough games I gotta run. So, oh yeah, I may do that, because the design for the game is not difficult to grasp at all. But yeah, so like that's kind of what I would like. Imagine creating a game, and then that game being a tabletop game, and then that game being the basis for a like video game. Because I was saying it before anybody got on, that's how Knights of the Old Republic came into being. They used a Star Wars Dungeons and Dragons system to build that game with. It was a playtest. The Star Wars Sagas edition is what they used to build the Knights of the Old Republic games, and that was actually a playtest for 4th edition. A lot of people don't know that. And they implemented it in the game kind of before it was even was actually completed. So, yeah. Like, a lot of people love those games, but don't even know that it's a Dungeons and Dragons game. Oh, no. I was saying that earlier. Like, I would not use 5e as a base system for a superhero game at all. Like, if I were building like a fantasy game and running it online now, I would use 5th edition. But superhero game, no, it would not be the base game for anything. There are 3 games that I would use for a superhero game, and that is The Strange, or Capers. Capers works as long as it's kind of set in a specific time period. That's already a superhero game. World of Darkness, and I would use Legend of the Five Rings if it were a street level like Batman style game. But those are the only ones I would use. I wouldn't use Mutants and Masterminds because that's just Dungeons and Dragons 3.5, and that it's overly. The mechanics are overly complicated for a superhero game because of the way the combat would need to work. The combat would need to be quick in a superhero game. So, but yeah, definitely would not use 5th edition. I would not use any Dungeons and Dragons game as a basis. Period. They just do not. They work for army games mainly. They're better for army combat and dungeon delving boss fights. They are not for. It's not a good system at all for superheroes. Because you introduce a flyer in Dungeons and Dragons as a player, and you just ruin that DM's day. Like, that's how that goes for 5th edition. Like, you just shit all over that DM's good day that he's been having. You know? And that's all it takes is one flyer. A flying warlock, and you just decimated him from a range distance, or a flyer with a bow and arrow. No, I much prefer like very open-ended games when it comes to mechanics and combat. That way, it's a little more streamlined as far as it goes. I said The Strange is the best one I've ever seen for a superhero game. It's already set up. Or capers, because you play with playing cards, but that slows down the game too. Functional trading cards. But yeah, definitely would not use 5th edition. And I wouldn't use a lot of things. There's a lot of games that I wouldn't use because they're all based in all Dungeons and Dragons one way or another. So, like I said, there's 3 that I would use max. Legend of the Five Rings for a base, for a street level base, because it's lethal. You can, I was saying this earlier, you can wipe out a player character like they're nothing in that game. Like, you can win every single fight you ever get into, be super confident, and then lose to something far weaker than you, and just get decimated by it. So if you want more realism in the game, you go with that. If you want to feel like a superhero, you go with The Strange, because the way it works is like you got might, intellect, and I can't remember, speed. Okay, none of these determine how strong or fast you are. What they are, they're hit points. Okay, all 3 of your stats are also hit points. So it works off of burning your hit points to do something type of rule. So, let's say you roll a 14, but you had to get at 18. You can burn 4 points from your hit points to succeed. Okay. And then you just keep doing that until the combat's over, but you have to pay attention, because you can get knocked out. You can knock yourself out by burning your own hit points to do it, which works a lot better for superhero games than it actually sounds like it would. But you only roll a d20. You don't roll any damage. You don't roll anything else. You roll 1d20. The difficulty on the normal game is up to 30. In my game, it's up to 60. So you're rolling that off of 1d20. Okay, so like say you're Batman and you're trying to catch a damn meteorite, it ain't gonna work, right? Because you can't roll a 60 to do it. Let me see. What does it say here? Hey, very cool. Yeah, I was trying to read that what it said about you doing a YouTube video. I couldn't read it from where I was sitting. You doing a YouTube channel, and then it just vanished. And now I can't find it because this stupid thing right here. But yeah, man, do it. I can't find that post that you said. I see the one after it, but I don't see that first post. But yeah, man, do it. I'm gonna start working on a Alpha Core costume here soon, and I'll probably go through the steps of that, of doing that, of what I have to do to do it. I need more front and back pictures though. I can't do it with what I've got. I'm not as talented as Kristanova, who can do it from the Yara cosplay. I've got to have more references. I want it to be exactly Alpha Core, dude. Right? So, And that's if I don't find another character that's more interesting in there. Right? I could find somebody that I like way more than the Alpha Core leader. But, yeah. So I'm looking into that. I will definitely like make videos though of my process of making a costume. Just so you guys have that, if you need to do it yourselves or something like that, I'll have it for you to look at. So expect a lot of that content once the books drop, for sure. Like just how-to videos. If you need to have something printed, I can create the file and supply it for you. Stuff like that, like the helmet, stuff like that, if somebody wants to do the visor guy. But I'm going to show how to build the leader of Alpha Core once I get that done. And I may start like doing like the whips for the girl, stuff like that, just whatever. I may start putting that stuff together and just showing how to do it for people that want to know. Depends on how much time I've got to when that drops. It may be a little while before I drop any of those videos, but I'll definitely do it. Like I've got, I haven't showed y'all any of the rest of my cosplays except. Oh yeah, I'll look at it. I'll definitely look at it. Okay. Yeah. I'll take a look at it. I'll actually do it in it. Give you a shout out. So, yeah, y'all follow Rippaverse fan art on YouTube for sure. Yeah. I'll definitely showcase it on here when I get done with it. It's gonna take a little more than 4 days of sewing for me. But I'm building it. I'm going to build I think it's armor. I'm not 100% sure that he's wearing armor or not. So I'm going to try to build it out of foam. The chest piece, I may print it. I don't know yet. Depends on which one I think looks better. Because with the foam, you can kind of get like a shell-shaded look to where you can make a comic book looking, like you're straight from a comic book. Which is one thing I really like. And with printing it looks like you're a realistic version. So, yeah, you feel free to post a link, man, if you want to. Post a link to your YouTube channel, and I'll add it to the. I'll add it to my Nightbot commands. But now that's Rippaverse fan art YouTube channel. Remind me, I gotta change Ronin's on there too while I'm thinking about it. So I'll go ahead and get that added. That way I can send people your way. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, did y'all check out what was it called? JVT Music. I think that's what it was. JMV Music. Let me see here. Somebody did a Rippaverse song. And they did a song for Awesome. Let's see. I found it the other day. I'll find it again here. I know. Let's see. I wanted to share this the other day, but I didn't get to on my. Let's see. Here it is. JVP Music is what it is. I'm going to post a link to it. Yeah. Let me get this posted here. Here you go. That is to the Rippaverse music that the dude created. It's pretty cool. I meant to do that Sunday night, but we got caught up in the movie, and then let's see here. There we go. I subbed to you, DCC. There you go. Yeah, I tossed you a sub there, man. But yeah, I'm going to I'm going to definitely start working on a RPG, and then I'm going to start working on the cosplay just as soon as the books drop, because I just need more reference art. That's all. I do need, if somebody will send me, when you get the cards, if you will send me those the pictures of those cards, if y'all got them, send me a send me a picture of them, and maybe the concept art too, if somebody got that. I don't know if I'll be able to get them before the end of the campaign or not, but either way. I got my cover B, so I'm happy. And like I said, I'm definitely going to be working on a cosplay here. I'll probably work on a couple cosplays from it if there's a bunch of armor guys. I may get. Yeah. I may get like Cookie to make like. I've been trying to talk her into sewing the actual costumes, right? And she, like, I'm not. You can make a fortune doing it if you just do it. But yeah, you're welcome, man. Anytime. And like I said, I'll get that link added to the Nightbot today at some point, because I've got to go in and change Ronin's anyway. But I'll get that done, and it will, you know, rising tides raises all ships. You know, so. I fully believe that. Like, any of y'all make a YouTube channel, and it could be about anything. Just let me know, and I'll give you a shout out for sure. You guys have hung with me since the beginning, you know. I won't forget that. So if any of y'all do anything that's, you know, you're creating something, y'all want to talk about it, you want to come on here and talk about it, man, by all means, do it. I will talk to anybody about anything, just about. But especially you guys that have hung with me from the beginning, because we all know next month this channel is either going to float, it's going to blow up like it did the first week, or it's not going to do anything. I mean, either way, I'm cool with it. I may, if it doesn't do anything, you know, after the Rippaverse drops or something, I may drop back to my original channel. You know, go back to what I, you know, which is basically Guild of Calamitous Intent. It's basically that, only 24/7 instead of. But yeah, I mean, I have no doubts that this thing is going to rise. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yeah, we both got on the same damn bandwagon, and I'm like, yeah, we jumped on the same assholes at the same time. That's how me and Hale clicked. But in all seriousness, though, you know, it's all just. I appreciate it. I really appreciate the support you guys give me. I appreciate you guys sharing it out and getting the word out, and, you know, getting people to sub. So I'll show that appreciation. I will, you know, if y'all do anything, I'll give you a shout out. You know, I'll definitely praise your channel and all that shit if it's good, for sure. But I will, you know, I'll definitely talk about you. You know, and get the word out for you the same way y'all did for me. So Guild night is our big night. You know, I'm realizing that the Guild night is our big night, and whenever I have Quirky on here, for sure, that's a damn big night. But if you know anybody who makes thumbnails on the cheap side, I can do it. I've got a little program on my phone, but they're all pretty basic bitch ass thumbnails. I just don't have time to do them right now, and I'm also looking for somebody to run my social media once I can start paying them, because yeah, I get in trouble on Facebook. I get in trouble on all social media. My other channel is the Darkish Timeline. So, but I'm gonna create other channels for sure. The Darkish Timeline is kind of a dead channel right now. I'm probably going to use that as just my brand. Is the Darkish Timeline? And it's probably going to be the brand for my comic books and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure yet, but so you guys can go subscribe to that one. It's a dead channel right now, though. This is my main channel right now, and I don't really game a lot, so my Twitch is pretty much dead too. Yeah, Um, so I got to stay off Twitter for a little while because I'll get in trouble. I will get in trouble on Twitter. I need somebody just to fucking post this shit out for me, and then I gotta delete my Twitter app. But in all seriousness, talking bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna delete my Twitter, but I'm also going to just promote this. I'm not going to be getting in a lot of Twitter wars here because that distracts from what I need to do. You know, dealing with people on Twitter is just a massive waste of time, as far as it goes. So I'm going to use it just to send this out and communicate with the people I need to communicate with. But other than that, I'm not going to be posting a lot here. I mean, I'll post the same amount. I just won't be getting in any fucking Twitter wars right now. I can't have a bunch of assholes coming up and mass flagging my fucking channel right now. Now that I've gotten a warning, I can't risk it. You know, not this early, right? After the book drops and I get some. I'll always just make another goddamn channel. That doesn't matter to me. Like, you can't keep me down for too long. But definitely just I don't need a bunch of assholes. I noticed yesterday that that dude you were dealing with, hell, not the J guy, but the other one, or the Ray guy, whatever his name was, the other one, right? Real Spock, whatever. That dude is the same dude that was the Rippaverse with the $sign. Okay, so if you call him a retard, he's going to he's gonna get you sent to Twitter jail. Just so you know. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm not one of those. I'm not gonna monetize my haters. I'm not gonna monetize other fucking YouTubers who want to talk shit. Like, fuck them. I don't care. I'm not some fucking clout chaser. I'm not gonna let them be clout chase. They can clout chase off me all they want to. They'll just make my channel bigger. But I'm not gonna respond to them. I'm not gonna give them a fucking shout out on my channel. Like, it's so much more devastating just to fucking ignore them for them than it is for you to, like, they can't handle being insulted, but when you ignore them, they think they won, they just move on. And fuck them, right? I'll make fun of their asses on here all I want to. Yeah. I mean, the more I think about that Prey situation, right? I said one fucking thing about a movie. And they all came out the woodworks. I kicked the fucking hornet's nest. I knew they would. But, like, I didn't even waste as much time dealing with them as I would have watching the movie. But it took up my timeline for 5 fucking days. Right, so I untagged myself from it, and I'm just like, no, I'm not. I don't care. Right, I don't care enough about this movie to be arguing about this movie. Right, I'll laugh at you on my YouTube channel. Well, what got me, and this was the funny one, right? So there's a bunch of them. It's like, oh, he's got a podcast, blah, 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 nobody's ever gonna watch it. I'm like, motherfucker, I made 100 damn subs in a week. What you talking about? Like, oh, he's Rippaverse, he's part of the hate group. What fucking hate group? Like, y'all do realize that Eric's black, right? Like, what hate group do I belong to? Like, true. They show themselves up when you block them. Yeah. Yeah, just ignore them. That's the best way to do it. But I blocked that one dude that Hell was arguing with yesterday, or today, or whenever the hell it was. The real Spock, whatever. Don't waste your time with him, Hell. I'm telling you, he's a fucking kid. Don't waste your time with him. Yeah. Oh, I'm just telling you not just ignore that kid. Like, he's the one who said that you and him go way back, all that shit. One of them, that Ray dude followed both of us. I thought that was funny as hell. That dude you were arguing with all day yesterday. But yeah. Yeah, see, I'm still relatively new to Twitter, as far as it goes. I made it a year ago to promote my shit, and then I never touched it again. Then I came back. But I don't give enough of a fuck about Twitter for it to matter. So it's a good way to market. That's what it is for me, and that's what I'm going to use it for. But yeah, I'm gonna be good for a couple weeks on Twitter. Yeah. Oh man, like I'll join back in the war when I'm, trying not to hurt Eric's brand for sure. My brand is being just a smartass, so. But laughing at stupid people, so. But yeah, fucking Twitter weirdos, man. That's all you can say, just fucking Twitter weirdos. Don't even worry about them. Just. Oh my god. Oh, that's kind of funny. But yeah, as far as everything goes, though, D&D tonight will be, like I said, it'll be around 7. That's when we'll start. I may start earlier in case you guys want to. Yes, we are. You wasn't expecting that, was you? You were not expecting me to pull out the Vegeta wig. I say wig, it's more like a helmet. But yeah, so as far as everything goes, though, yeah, D&D will be tonight. If any of y'all want to play in it, or y'all want to listen to it, either way, let me know. I'll get you added to the server or whatever. You can listen to Quirky go off about building a damn character in D&D. It's always amusing. Because I promise you, she is not acting. Like this, that is her personality. Like 100%. That is her personality. She's not pretending to be like she is. That is 100% her. Y'all will hear that tonight. Yeah. Got my Vegeta wig, for sure. I need to make it better, though. This one is kind of... I made it out of some difficult to work with material called PETG. It's basically what they... Some of the stuff that they use in, like, building material when they print. But the front looks fine, but the back is just all jacked up. You can't really tell unless you're looking at it close. But like where is it? Like that's broken, right? It printed out broken. It didn't print right, but you can't really tell unless you're looking for those flaws. The back did not print properly, but the front printed great. And it's the reason I printed it in this material is because it's transparent. So I run lights through it and I can change forms. And the holes in the back actually help the light to escape better. So yeah. But I need to print another one at some point. I've just gotta have the time to do it. It takes about 3 days to print. So, and I'm thinking about doing it in a different material. This stuff is tough if it's solid, but if it's not like solid all the way through, like since it's hollow on the inside, it's not as tough as it should be. I don't have to worry about it melting. That's one of the reasons I like it, but it's rough on the machine too. And Quirky will be there tonight. I just got confirmation she will be there tonight. So yeah. It looks really good from the front though. I love this thing, and I will have to print me another one. I actually designed it based on an action figure. So that's kind of where I excel at. If you watch my Darkish Timeline videos, I've got some where I'm showing how to do it. And I do it with a Megatron head. Like I show how to put battle damage on it and shit like that using a program. But as far as everything goes, like 3D printing is one of my passions. Just like I initially got it to print cosplay stuff with for myself because it's cheaper to print it yourself as opposed to buying it from somebody. But at the same time, the more you fuck up, the more it costs you. So, like, that's supposed to be a Power Ranger, a Green Ranger Shredder from Ninja Turtles, but it only printed like the bottom half completely fucked up on it, and it's a little too small. Like this one is. Like, there's no way I'd be able to get that on my head if it was complete. Right? Because it's way too tight as far as that goes. I look like a bad guy from, like, He-Man wearing that. So, yeah. Definitely go into some of that stuff. But, you'll that stuff in the future? You'll what that stuff in the future? Confused. Right. What stuff you talking about there, hell? Like, I'm going to do a Melkor cosplay from Lord of the Rings. Like, that's one thing I really want to do. Some guy hit me up the other day about doing a Ringwraith crown for him, or the Witch King's crown from Lord of the Rings, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. It's gonna cost you about $300, but I can do it. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, somebody asked me to do that. I'm like, it's gonna cost you $300 if you want it from me. You might want to try to, you know, you could buy a printer for $400. You know, think about that. You can buy a decent sized printer for $400. It's slow, but you can do it. Not turning away any business, but oh yeah, man, I like. You got any questions about cosplay in the future, man, let me know for sure. I will be glad to help you. I'm definitely going to be going to Anime Matsuri next year. I will probably, if I'm a guest, great. If I'm not, okay. I'm going to be trying to get some panels closer to home. Some guest spots closer to home, for sure. But I'll definitely be at Anime Matsuri next year, one way or the other. And if I'm not a guest, then I will probably go in like full Alpha Core leader cosplay one day and like Melkor the next, Vegeta, something, you know. But yeah, I'll definitely, if you want any tips and tricks on how to do cosplay, if you need any parts, let me know. Because I print shit all the time. And I'm about to start printing smaller, like just smaller parts that I can just sell. You know, stuff like that. And thinking about putting me a big Guild of Columbus Intent like print off sign back behind me. But it all depends on when I get time to do it, because like I said, it takes about, the Vegeta wig took 3 days. This one takes almost 5. So like, you know, you look at the differences in them. The Vegeta one's actually bigger, but this one takes longer because of the details in it. So, but I have a way I charge people that I know where I get a little bit of money. You don't have to spend as much. I definitely will not be going as Yoda to Anime Matsuri when I go. Definitely won't. That's more of a winter cosplay, or I do it for charities mostly. Like, if for sick kids, I'll do the Baby Yoda because they're more likely to know that one than they are Vegeta or something like that, right? But if I ever get it like a request where one of them like, hey, this kid likes Dragon Ball Z, boom, have Vegeta show up, and I just gotta shave. Want to do Vegeta? I have to dedicate to that. I can't do Vegeta with a beard, and it is stabbing me in the forehead right now. Pull back a bloody fucking scalp. Put that thing on the wrong way. But I'll definitely go like to Anime Matsuri as Alpha Core leader for sure. That's if I don't find another character that I like more than him. Right? I typically do about one from a universe. If I like them, like I've done Venom, I've done Deathstroke, I've got a Doctor Doom mask in there that I haven't worn anywhere. Because I just put it together to try to sell it. But I want to do a young Count Dooku, like from Star Wars, but do a young one. Like that's one of the dream cosplays I've got. Have like a green curved lightsaber instead of the red one, something like that. Just something of him as like a Jedi Master instead of older Count Dooku, the Sith. I think that would be cool. I really wanted to start doing like me and Quirky were talking about it. We were going to do some stuff inspired by the game that's going to be that people are going to roll up for tonight. So we were talking about that the other day, and but yeah, definitely what's that? Yeah, there you go, man. Like, really, like, what we are kind of the next generation of stuff like that. And I know a lot of them are in the same generation as me, like physically, but I'm relatively newer to YouTube than they are. So, but we're really kind of going into being the next generation of like Geeks and Gamers and Comicsgate, Gamergate, all that stuff. We're kind of the next generation for that, as far as it goes. Like, maybe one of y'all can tell me this. Which came first, Nerdrotic or Geeks and Gamers? Which one came first? Or did they come up at the same time? But anyway, yeah, I'm really interested in building this brand up, this team up. So, but once I start making money and I start getting like Geeks and Gamers, okay. Yeah, I didn't know which one came first. I've been listening to Rippa longer than I've listened to any of them, so I found the others through Rippa. So, like, I'm really interested in building this team up, you know. And if you rock with me, you rock with me. You don't, you don't. But you know, I would like to do like kind of what Rippa's doing with his comics, but I would rather like promote other people's stuff too, you know. Like I would like to do the Darkish publishing, Darkish Timeline publishing is what I would like to do, and it would be, like I said, mine's gonna be like a Vertigo DC killer, as opposed to a marble killer. So that's kind of where I'm at, and that's my future goals. So or Darkish Timeline Studios, whatever. You know, I'm willing to do my time basically to build my brand up. You know. I got you. Yeah, that's cool. But like, yeah, I'm willing to do the time to build my brand up now. So the Darkish Timeline is going to be my brand account. It's not my pure content account. So, but if y'all want to sub to that, go ahead, because there will be stuff coming out on it in the future, just not right now. Not till I'm secure enough with this one. And then this one is, and what I mean by secure is like everything could change tomorrow. The rules on YouTube could change, and this could be a banned account tomorrow. You know how YouTube works. Adpocalypse shit, and anything could happen. So I definitely, the people who rock with me, you know, sub to that other channel just in case. But I'm really interested in building a team up, you know, who can do all of this, who can make their own money. You know, we can help each other out, and that's what I'm really interested in doing. This channel was just meant to be a side channel for my other one, but this one has become the most popular one, so I'm sticking with it for now. I can always build my brand as I go. So, in which my brand is but yeah, as far as everything goes, though, it's going. I mean, this channel is still rising. It's not rising every day like it was, but I realized I wasn't tagging my shit anymore. Like, Streamlabs quit tagging my shit for me. Like, Streamlabs fucking hates me. So I need to find out what everybody else is using that's better than Streamlabs, because fuck Streamlabs. It fucking despises me. So I can send the link here, because what you'll get is the darkest timeline with it, and that's another podcast. You got yeah, there we go. 37 subscribers. But that one ended up in fucking algorithm hell. Like, it really did. Like, it did not do well with the algorithm at all, because it was built off of an old Star Wars account that I had. So it didn't do too well, but I'm thinking about recreating that one later, and just Let's see here. But that's going to be my brand account for sure, if nothing else. There you go. There's a link to that one. So but I've either got to get some donos, some members, or some. Yeah, you sub to that one. Gotta get some donos, some members, or gotta get this thing monetized, one way or the other, you know. So I can start working on my own stuff as far as it goes. I don't know. Yeah, you can't really see how it lights up. But yeah. Either way, you know, it's all about building the brand up. So definitely share these videos out and help out, you know, if you can. I appreciate it. But I definitely want to get the team built up. I need to get my website done, but I can't afford to right now, so let's gotta wait. Once I get off of here, I'm gonna go design the Guild of Columbus Intent shirts. So we'll have merch by Thursday for sure. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna work on building this one up first, though, and then, like I said, once I get content to go on that one, I may redo it so I get a fresh algorithm, because the algorithm, like I said, the algorithm eats that one alive. Like, nothing I fucking post on that thing gets out, unless it's like the Baby Yoda stuff, because it was originally a Star Wars channel. If I'm in costume or something and I got a video in there where I'm just doing random shit, but yeah, definitely, if y'all want to be a part of the team, you know, let me know for sure. Like, once I get monetized, I'm going to be needing people to do certain things, and I'm going to be, you know, paying people to do certain things. So let me know for sure if y'all are interested in being on the team. Like, I'm gonna get this brand built up. I'm actually going to be recording the D&D sessions for this game so I can create an audio book out of it. But yeah. So, what do we got here? Man, that's trying to think here. What's it? Yara's got it. Yara's got that crazy ex-girlfriend factor to her. But like I said in that video where I did the Awesome versus Yara, Awesome is probably going to be the character that can increase his power. Yara probably can't. She's probably maxed out from the start, if I had to guess. I don't know, but I think that she's probably got more maxed out to her power, and then he's probably got more room to grow with his. But who knows? Certainly not me. But anyway, this has been going about an hour and a half, and I've still got to do shit tonight. So I'm going to end it here. Like, share, subscribe if you're not. We do videos every day. And, we will win. Rock out and peace out, guys.